Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Belle and this is the Belle Perspective, and today we're going to be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville season 6 episode 5 and 6. I'm going to do a little mash it up because I tried to record, I did record the video for the last two episodes, but for some reason I was having a hard time editing, so I just never was able to push it out. But anyway, I've got a couple housekeeping items. Let's get into that first. Right, y'all already know this is a growing channel. This is a growing channel. If you don't know, now you know it's a growing channel and I need your help. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. What are you waiting for? This will help me out tremendously. But also, if you've already subscribed and you still wanting to help me out, help your girl out, hit the like button, comment down below, and also share this video. Shout out to Harold C for sharing video on Twitter. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I usually have shout outs for my new subscribers. I did not make my list. I apologize. I will make sure to do that in the next video or so. So if I haven't shouted you out and you just subscribed, my apologies. I will get you in the next video. And if you recently subscribed and you haven't heard your name yet or your username yet, please email me at thebelleperspectivetv@gmail.com. I love shouting folks out. That's my way of saying thank you for subscribing to the channel. And you know, this is not just my channel, it's your channel too. Let's get into the review. I'm gonna just do it. Okay, I'm gonna just do it. Not gonna lie, I struggled taking notes. I struggled paying attention. It was hard. It was hard. Pieces that I'm gonna be pulling from is from the episode before where Keke and Tiffany had kind of like a mending conversation, and then they got into it again later on at Martell's upscale magazine event, and it just went awry from there. Keke having a cringe-worthy, not Keke, Tiffany having a cringe-worthy conversation with Sheree. So that's probably the highlight of last week's episode or the week before episode. Tiffany was asking Sheree, do you think that he's still in love with Mel? Have you met Mel? Mel should know the woman who Martell is around and who's going to be around her kids. What else? Do you what else? Oh, are you comfortable being around a man who is or being in a relationship with a man who's a known cheater? Like all of these different things. Now, here's the thing about what Sheree was asking. She wasn't lying. Okay. She wasn't lying. However, the time, the place, and her being the person delivering these questions, it just wasn't right. Okay, so the episode opens up with Mel and property preservation. She is teaching people how to bid on homes that have been foreclosed on, people who have gotten evicted, on basically preserving the homes for banks and lenders, etc. Shout out to her. Kimmi comes to visit and they're talking about the whole Tea Party thing. Kimmi says that she loved it, which, by the way, I meant to tell y'all. See, this is the thing about Mel that gets on my nerves, and I actually have the screenshot. I'll put it up. I'll put the screenshot right here. Mel made some sort of, she did a subliminal tweet. She subtweeting Stormi again, talking about, I guess she don't like tea. I guess I can't invite her to tea anymore, Lipton anyone, or some foolishness like that. I'm like, okay, Mel, see, this is what. And then down in the comments below, all of her Melamites were saying, oh yeah, I guess if you invited her to a 40 party, she'd like it. Now, Melody, you knew good and damn well. That's what I'm talking about. She do the subtweeting, and then when people catch her subtweeting, she act like she don't know what's going on. So this is an example of one of those things. One of those things. Anyway, so Kimmi asked her about Stormi. How are you guys doing? Mel is saying the same thing that Stormi is saying. We are right. It's bit by bit, blah, 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 whatever. Stormi talks about, I'm not talking Stormi. What is her name? Y'all, I'm forgetting names. Keke, Kimmi. There we go. All these names. I don't know why I'm not remembering. I'm really having a hard time. Kimmi talks about how she saw Tisha and Keke at Martell's, upscale event, and how there was another blow up between the two women. Mel was like, oh my God, I can't believe we got to get things right. Again, who has made Mel the kumbaya person to mend everything when she's the one? Again, no shade to Mel, but girl, you got beef too. You got beef too. So if you're gonna have beef, let them have beef too. I mean, granted, theirs is exhausting and it really doesn't make a difference, but you don't got to be the peacemaker, girl. Relax. Kimmi also talks about co-parenting with Maurice. I say throw the whole thing away. She's doing better than me because I can't do it with Maurice. And she said she has a battle at home, right? So she doesn't have peace at home, which is insane to me. And she's prepared. She's ready to get back into the workforce because home has just been so stressful. So you mean to tell me that your man got you so stressed out that you don't even want to be home no more? You'd rather go to work? That's when you need to throw it away. You need to throw it away. Tiffany and Stormi meet for coffee. Now, again, Tiffany doing a whole lot for a pregnant woman who says she ain't got time for no mess. You say you ain't got time for mess, but you show up in it, girl. You all up in it, okay? Tiffany's so messy. I wrote that in my notes. Tiffany is messy, okay? Asking all these inappropriate questions. They were questions that I would have wanted to know as well. I probably would have wanted to know the same thing, but also, Tiffany, no, girl, that's not from you. That's not your business, girl. Tiffany brings up, hey, how are you feeling about Stormi? I'm sorry, yeah. Tiffany brings up, hey, how are you feeling about Mel? Mel says, who am I talking about? Dear God, these names. Tiffany asks about Mel to Stormi. Everybody gonna keep bringing these. I feel like they're gonna. You see the direction that they're gonna go. Eventually, they're gonna try to pit Mel and Stormi against each other. Stormi says, I don't have no problem. I don't feel no ways. I'm with you on that. That's the correct answer. Stormi. Then they started talking about the awkward ass conversations that they had, that Sheree and Tiffany had. Stormi was like, girl, you asked all these questions. You asked about him being still in love with Mel. You asked about meeting Mel and what kind of relationship they had. And I can see, yeah. Tiffany says that, yeah. Sheree says that Mel is a fan. Ma'am, Stormi was like, she said that? Fan? That's what she said? Yeah, she said that Sheree says that Mel is a fan. Girl, now you know good and damn well what you're saying, and you know good and damn well what that implies, and that is just messy in and of itself. She's so annoying and messy. Keke and Tisha, they're on their way to a basketball game at A&M. Still weird seeing them two in the car and them taking up for each other. Keke, I don't know why she wouldn't think that I was gonna go back and talk to my cousin about it. Well, because you were like dragging your cousin through the mud and basically embarrassing her on national TV. So we didn't think that you were that close with your cousin either. So then they start bringing up Tiffany being a cheater and the fact that Tiffany could be cheating with her asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Who y'all think Tiffany cheating with? Child quiet as it's kept. I'm gonna say it's her business partner. That's who I think it is. Y'all remember when they threw that party for Kimmi, and that pink party for Kimmi, and Tiffany was like, "Yeah, my business partner would never let me walk to my car by myself." I said, it was something in the way that she brought the business partner name up, or just brought the person up, and I know it's a him, and I had Googled Tiffany's company. I Googled her company. I saw the partner. I was like, So we get to Tiffany and Lou. We get to see Baby Ace. Baby is doing very well. Love seeing the ultrasounds. Really cute. He's doing all his things. He's all cramped up and got his leg here and foot over there. Say, oh God, that looks so uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. For some reason, Tiffany feels like she's going to be able to schedule a baby into her busy life, like it's some sort of pedicure or something. I don't know where Tiffany gets her I don't know what goes on in her mind, but I really need her to come back to earth, okay? Maurice and Kimmi. This is where my blood pressure was getting high. I could feel my chest tightening, my ears got hot, my eyes, my fists. I was so mad. When I tell you I was pissed off listening to Maurice. I'm getting mad right now. I'm getting mad right now. I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm getting mad right now. Okay. Maurice is talking about how he's got Maurice Jr. in boot camp, which why does this kept it don't sound like no real boot camp. It just sounds like they got that boy getting up at 5 a.m. at this point. I thought that they were sending him to a boot camp where other kids who need to get themselves together. No, he just waking him up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and they got a whole list of agreements and goals that he's supposed to follow and achieve, but nothing on that list has anything to do with chores. So what's happening is that Maurice doesn't really give a damn about chores. He thinks that's Kimmy's job, and he's not going to enforce it because Maurice don't clean up after himself. Maurice leaves dishes on the counter when he can literally just put them in the sink for Kimmi to have to go back and try to load the dishwasher because he ain't loading nothing, girl. He can barely put them in the sink. Maurice, it all boils down to Maurice just thinks housework is for women. He is married to Kimmi. She is his free of charge maid, for lack of a better term, and priorities is not doing any type of chores. Maurice says, chores is a given. That's a given. Sir, everything on that list is a given. Getting good grades, that's a given, right? Getting up and doing what you're supposed to do, that is a given. If we're talking in terms of generalities, right? We're not. You're specifically putting things on a list so that you can create creative visualization. Is that what it is? Yes, so you can manifest things. So putting chores on that list would need to be something that's important. Oh, and here goes Maurice. Oh, if it's important to you, we'll add it to. If it's important to me, you don't think this boy need to do any chores at all, Maurice? I can't. Maurice is such misogynist. It's not even funny. Both of them are such misogynists. It's not even. All three, Martell, Maurice, and Marceau, are so misogynistic and sexist. It's not even funny anymore. How do they have access to women and they don't even like them? They do not like women. Like, yes, they'll sleep with them because they want to get off, but they do not like women as people. I'm moving on, y'all, because I'm getting pissed. The final scene, Martell, Marceau, Tiffany. Honestly, I hope Lou come and not beat the brakes off both Martell and Marceau. But as Shayna mentioned, child, Lou gonna get in their face and then apologize later, child. You absolutely right, girl. You're absolutely right. So Martell and Marceau are at Black. They're having a conversation. Martell from the depths of his gut, called Marceau a fat ass. I said, ooh, you've been waiting to say that shit for the longest. He been waiting to say that shit for the longest time. Ooh, God, I was like, well, Martell, you been waiting to say that. And also, by the way, Martell been getting real sporty at the lip. So if Martell is getting this sporty at the lip with his friends, I can only imagine how he's talking to Mel. That's literally what I thought. I'm like, okay. If he's being this sporty in the mouth at the mouth with his friends, I could only imagine what he's saying to Mel. Tiffany walks in and Martell says, "Oh, there goes the both of y'all. There go the two of y'all." I said, "No, Martell, no." Tiffany says, "You got to talk to me like it's two people." He said, "Oh no, you definitely two people." No, Martell, I got to fight you now. I got to fight you now. Not only are you a cheater, but you slick at the mouth too. Oh no, I got to fight you. I got to fight you. No, meet me out. Catch me outside.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch me outside, okay? I can't fuck with Martell like that. So Tiffany is supposed to be coming under the guise of the Jubilee Parade in Selma. Have that conversation with Martell, which I don't understand why Martell don't know shit about no Jubilee Parade or no shit about Selma or nothing like that. Martell looked like he fell asleep in history class, but whatever. So Tiffany's there to have this conversation and talk about the things with him. They somehow talk about how Sheree and Tiffany had this awkward ass conversation. Now I'm with Tiffany when she's right. Okay, I'm with her when she's right. Why the hell why was Martell having this conversation with Tiffany? If he felt so bothered about the conversation, maybe he should have told Sheree, you need to have a conversation with her. I'm not gonna get into it. It's not right, but you need to have that conversation. So then he starts talking. I mean, he literally was like, so that's what you thought? And then Marceau is wanting to know what happened? How did y'all get into it? What happened? I want to know. So he gives the backstory and Marceau has all his 2 cents. You know what? That's my problem with these women on this show. They not cussing these men out like they need to be cussed out. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to sound. It need to come from their throat, right? It need to come from the pit of their stomach. It need to come from your diaphragm. Marceau need to be cussed out. Martell need to be cussed out. Maurice need to be cussed out. These men need to be cussed out. Like it need to come from your diaphragm. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this, like your chorus teacher. Me. You need to be cussing him out from the depths of your soul. They too kind with these men to me. Tell was like, oh, I'm gonna tell Lou about this. Who you gonna tell it on the mountain? I give a good goddamn. I'm a grown ass woman, and I can say what the I want to say. Do you hear what I'm saying? These women are too palatable for these men, and the way that these men treat them and talk to them, you got me fucked. Do you hear me? You got me fucked up. Oh, so fucked up. You got me fucked up, child. Again, I done got on a rant. My bad. But again, the way that these men approach these women and talk to them, you got me fucked up. I would have cussed both their asses out. I don't give a fuck who. Who? Who? And go ahead and tell Lou, like he's my guardian. What he gonna do? He'll get too. Cussed out. That's why I'm happy that Martell Raggedy Ass is on Real Housewives of Atlanta, because I cannot wait for all of these women to cuss his ass out. They need it. Women been too palatable for them, too accommodating for them. And that's the other thing. I'm like, Kimmi, why are you so accommodating for this nigga who is not about to accommodate for you? Anyway, let me get off the line. The next episode they show the clip is that Lou and got up in Maurice and Marceau face. And baby, again, I want Lou to beat the brakes off both their asses, scrub the floor with their ass. But I also know, as Shayna said, that Lou ain't gonna do nothing but get in their face and then apologize later. So he a big old oompa loompa, just big for no reason. I take up space. I may be small, but I take up space in this motherfucker. Do you hear what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, let me get off of him, child. I got one more video. I got Real Housewives of Atlanta. But yeah, y'all get down in the comments and tell me what y'all think about the episode. I'm interested to see how it goes in the next episode. But I think Martell and Marceau was absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. And not because of the whole you can't approach a woman. I don't really care about that. Like, no, grown. On that same token, that conversation had nothing to do with you. Let me say that. You are not a part of the conversation. So it was just he said, she said. And if the person who was a part of that conversation had an issue with that conversation, they should have went back to Tiffany, not Martell. And that's just on P. Okay, so I'm done. I promise I'm done. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about the episode. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.